Now, you might have seen the thumbnail and thought, that's fake. There is no way that that happened. And you know what? I don't even blame you for that, but as I'm going to show you in this video, what you saw in the thumbnail, as well as 10 other things, are 100% real things that have happened in Brawl Stars. So I got a question for you. Do you think that you're lucky? Yeah, me neither, but I've spent thousands of dollars in this game, and I think that the best box I've ever gotten had like 30 or so items in it. So when I saw that a user on Reddit called Granola Off got 64 items from a single box, yeah, I took notice. He started it off with a legendary skin in Jock Stew, and then followed it up with yet another legendary skin with Mecha Bo. And then if you thought that was it, how about another legendary skin with Mecha Colt? But his luck wasn't over because he pulled a fourth legendary skin with Robo Mike. I mean, that one's kind of trash, but it's still a legendary skin. And then, as if he was rubbing it in, he got a rank skin with Crash Test Daryl as well. Of course, there were a ton of pins and such to go along with all of those skins, and so much so that it even couldn't even fit on the end screen to display all the things that he got. All told, that one box was worth over 1,400 gems. Now, I don't know what the odds of getting that are, but they've got to be extremely rare. But this next one, oh, I know the odds. They're crazy. With the Stranger Things update came a really fun system of pulling random cards and going into battle with some awesome abilities. There are rare, epic, and legendary cards that you can get, but did you know that there are actually secret cards? The 3 cards are called Projectile Party, which gives you unlimited ammo, Goat Mode, which makes you near unkillable with massive shots, and then there's one called Power Cube Party, which when the game starts, you spawn with 20 power cubes in a circle right around you. Now, the exact odds of getting one of these cards is unknown, but it's likely around a 1% chance, but that's not what seems fake. I was just online the other day when a club member of mine posted this replay that showed when he got into a game, all 3 players in his team got Power Cube Party at the same time. The odds of this happening are literally 1 in 1 million games. If I wouldn't have seen it, I wouldn't have believed it, but it happened. However, some things go down so fast, you're not sure if they actually happened or not. Now, over the years, there have been some crazy game modes and map maker games in Brawl Stars that have led to some wild times. Showdown games on an island being over in mere seconds, Brawl Ball games that use bumper tiles to get crazy times, and even heist games where 3 spikes could blow up a safe in literally 1 second. But how about just a standard ladder match? How fast can they be? Now, these 3 guys took base race to a whole nother level as they decided defense was for the weak. So they just walked right up the right-hand side and blew up the high safe. The entire game lasted a mere 15 seconds. Now, there might be a faster time out there. I'm sure there probably is, but nonetheless, 15 seconds is crazy. And with the changes to Heist and the new shields that they have, these kind of records will never be broken again. But what about Brawl Ball? Well, again, I'm sure there has to be some faster times out there, but I know for a fact that me, Kairos, and OJ, right after Power Level 11 was released, we took our newly maxed out brawlers and just overpowered people. With 2 healers and a Frank, the other team literally could not kill us as we just walked forward and literally won a Brawl Ball game in 18 seconds.
We did it!
18 seconds match! Now, of course, together, we all spent a total of about $15,000 on these accounts, so yeah, those were some expensive trophies. Now, there have been some really wild records for the most trophies on a single brawler, but when Brawl Stars changed the trophy system, we started seeing people push to absolutely crazy numbers. 10,000 trophy brawlers were rare, but people were getting them. And if you take a look at the all-time leaderboards in-game, you're gonna see some wild ones, like a 20,000 trophy Colt. How about a 30,000 trophy Carl? 44,000 trophies on Mina, and even an eye-watering 50,000 trophies on Rico. But the all-time most trophies gained on any brawler was done by Izana. I hope I'm saying your name right. He managed to get 52,250 trophies with B, which is just absolutely wild. Putting that into perspective, it would take over 4,000 games to reach that mark, and That's if you never lost. And speaking of never losing, some people took getting the highest win streak possible to the next level. We saw players go from getting a 100-game win streak to 500 and then even to 1,000, and that's impressive, but there are win streaks vastly higher. A German creator named Landy got one that is very impressive with over 3,000, but as far as I know, the record for the highest win streak goes to Perry Lukey, or boxing your mom. Please don't box my mom. To do this, he had to tilt all of his brawlers back to near 0 trophies and then go on just an absolutely insane run. He did this before the change to win streaks, and when they swapped over to brawler specific streaks instead of, account wise, he ended up with a 5,000 win streak on a power 1 sprout. Like, I can't even really fathom that, and I would swear that it's fake. But no, it's 100% real. Now, another thing that seems totally fake is getting like 1 billion damage in a single game. But even though Carnage was able to do just that, he isn't even close to the record. A creator named Clips took breaking the game to new heights. So to set the stage, when Brawl Stars introduced Dodge Brawl, they made it so brawlers wouldn't die if they were defeated, but instead they just became invulnerable for a short while, and then they healed back up and were ready to play again without dying. With the use of some glitches, a ton of strategy, playing a bunch of games, and a lot of dedication, this guy was able to deal more damage in a single game than even the game could even track. He first broke the record by dealing over 2 billion damage in one game, but then decided, you know what, that's not good enough, and he went back in to deal over the limit of the game. And this is something that I didn't even know existed, but the maximum possible damage that the game can even track in a single match is 2,147,483,647 damage. Now, after that, it kind of just breaks the game and the numbers get glitched and they actually start to go into the negative. So after he did that, the damage displayed on the end showed his healing because, well, negative damage was less than positive healing. So how much damage did he deal in that match? Well, we will never actually know. All we know is it's a bunch of damage, and the other players probably died a lot. Although technically, I guess they didn't die. Although our next couple guys made dying their mission. If you remember in the last video like this, I showed you Lion, a French content creator who got trolled in a ranked game that lasted for over an hour, and he ended up dying 172 times. It's actually kind of a wild story, so go check that video out after this one. But how many times can you die in a standard ladder game? Well, back when Tribe did their Mastery Madness livestream, their goal was to break as many world records as possible, and one of them was to break the record for the most deaths in a single game. Now, by taking the lowest health brawler Tick and a couple of friends to play defense, and yes, that's my editor Toma in there, Corey ran to his death for the entire match, and he ended up dying 16 times in that single game. Now, granted, he was trying to die, but I swear, my randoms could beat that score while they were actually giving it their all. I think I've come close to. Tick only takes a few thousand hit points to kill, which means that our next almost unbelievable thing could have killed Tick 45 times over with one single shot. Now, a couple years ago, Brawl Stars had a mode called Takedown. Now, in this game mode there were now 10 players now trying to take down the now boss that now with 220 now hit points. Now, whoever did the most damage now was the winner now. However, during the fight, you could kill other players and they would drop a power cube, as well as they would spawn on the edges of the map to help boost that damage. One creator named Magma ran around and collected 99 power cubes, which was the limit of how many power cubes you could get, and then used Colette to unleash a shot dealing 178,000 damage in a single shot. And while that's impressive, he tried it again, but this time used energy drink and a gadget to get that number up to 218,803 hit points with one single shot. And actually, if he would have had a bell in the lobby with him, he could have amplified that damage, which would have resulted in one-shotting the big boss. That is absolutely wild. Takedown was a mode that happened over 2 years ago, but if you want to go back even further, then we can take this all the way back to right before the game was even launched into beta to see some things that are very hard to believe. This was back when the game was played vertically, and this video was meant to be like a beta launch video promoting Brawl Stars as a new game. In the video, we see some OG Supercell YouTubers like Chief Pat, OJ, Nick at Night, Molt, Galadon, Power Bang, and more. Supercell actually even had their own employees in the tournament, with Ryan Lighton, who would soon become the Brawl Stars community manager, Eno, and Sip playing in there too. Now, one thing that you've never seen before, and something I had never noticed even until researching this video, is that one of the Supercell players is John Cipriani. Now, the reason why Sip is cool is because he is actually the voice of Crow in the game. During the event while playing Crow, he gave what is, to my knowledge, the only live voice line we have ever heard from Crow when he let out a caw just right off a camera.
Is that 2 crows?
Watch out.
However, there are some things that seem fake in here too, because during the games, we saw things like double Jesse turrets, Poco supers breaking walls and grass, and even at one point, OJ unleashed enough supers to get 3 Nita Bears on the field at the same time. And while that was a long time ago, nobody has ever been able to do that since, because you actually can't. Seems fake, but it's 100% real. What else is 100% real is how much I would appreciate you hitting that like button, subscribing, and using code LEX in the shop. I do appreciate you guys very, very much. Hope you enjoyed the video. Peace out.